how to learn Portuguese without losing your mind. I know so many conjugations, so many new words, new grammar, different sounds that you need to master, so many things that you need to learn, to practice, and then become good at it. And also the pressure that you may feel to learn fast because you really need it, you really want to connect with native speakers. Maybe Portuguese pressure you a little bit to learn because it's important to learn, and you know it is. And if you are starting now learning Portuguese, the examples I'm going to give you are going to be specifically for beginners, and especially for people that don't know anything about Portuguese, but you can use this same advice at any stage of your learning because the logic is exactly the same. Okay, wherever you learn, apply this that I'm going to tell you. Olá, I'm Sara. I'm Portuguese from Lisbon, and I'm a Portuguese learning experience designer. And not only that, I'm also a learner. So I use all my experience, professional and personal, to help you have the best life possible in Portugal with the Portuguese. And in my case, well, probably I'm going to do something that you are doing right now. If you are that person that moved to Portugal, or you are planning to move, to live and have a life here, well, I'm going to do just that, but in Denmark. I'm going to move to Denmark, which means that I'm going to start learning Danish from scratch. So, as I said, I'm going to give you advice, especially the example, especially for who is learning from scratch, but you can apply exactly the same tips at any level, any stage of our learning, because from the beginning to the middle, and doesn't matter your language level, you will always be facing some challenges that are not really related to the language itself. It's not the grammar, it's not the vocabulary, it's not the pronunciation, it's how you feel about it. You need to manage frustration, you need to manage different feelings. For example, you may feel awkward, afraid of being in an awkward situation, what native speakers are going to think about you. Will you sound silly, dumb? You won't feel comfortable. And all those feelings are normal, they are human, and you really need emotional intelligence to be able to deal with them, because learning a language is a process. And throughout the process, you need to keep going, be constant. And if you let those negative feelings stop you, then you will never achieve your goal. So, what I'm going to do with Danish. My case, I didn't know how Danish sounded like until a couple of weeks ago. So, the very first thing that we should do is to listen to the language. Listen to music, watching videos, series, movies, not to learn, but just to listen to the sound, to the language, to know how it sounds like. And one of the best things that you can do in order to don't feel that pressure, and of course you want to avoid burnout, especially if you are moving now and you have so many changes in your life right now. You have your responsibilities, your job, so many things to do. If you're moving to another country, you know that there's a lot of change, a lot of things that you need to do at the same time. And if you add to this list learning the language, it's one more weight on your shoulders. And you may tell me, but Sara, learning the language is so important. Yes, it is. But if you try overachieve and you overwhelm yourself, what actually is going to happen is that you won't achieve what you want. Because of that pressure, because you want it so badly, and you know that it's so important that you pressure yourself. You start getting frustrated because you cannot skip any step of the process. You cannot press a button and you speak Portuguese fluently. You will go through the different stages of learning a language. You will make mistakes. You will learn and forget words, and that's okay. That's how it is. Think about your job or something that you are very good at. Sometimes other people have their opinions about that and they tell you. And sometimes other people, they are not that good as you at your job because they have a different job. Those opinions that those people have, sometimes you listen to them and you think, oh, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Imagine another example that your friends just had a baby and your son or your daughter is like 5 years old. You have more experience and you may give some advice to your friend who just had a baby. And your friend says, no, but your advice is not good because A, B, or C. And you think, it's not how it works. Why? Because you have more experience. You know how it works. For example, a baby. You know, when a baby starts crying, you cannot just say to the baby, stop crying. No, there's a way of putting the baby to sleep. There's a way of doing things. The way how things work. So this applies to anything in life. So don't try to fight it. Accept how things are. Accept that if you are starting a new ability, a new skill, you are going to learn, practice, make mistakes, and become good at it. It takes time. So allow yourself to go through the process. Be kind to yourself. Imagine that you have a friend and your friend is learning your language. How would you act towards this friend? What would you say to this friend? Would you be supportive? So why can't you be supportive to yourself? Be kind to yourself. So this is what I'm going to do. My mindset right now that I'm starting Danish from scratch is I'm not trying to learn at this stage. I'm going to move there soon, but I'm not trying to learn Danish, as we say in Portuguese, for yesterday. When we are in a hurry, when we think that we are late, we say that we should do things for tomorrow. Fazer as coisas para ontem, because we are late, etc. So don't try to rush. Don't try to do things very fast because, as I said, things work in a certain way. Your brain works in a certain way, and you cannot change that. You cannot change that. You cannot change how your body breathes. You cannot change how your body digests food. It has a process, a way of doing things, just like anything in life. So, and this is the most important thing in this video. So if you remember something, remember this. What I'm doing to start, not actually learn Danish, but to make Danish part of my life, which is exploring. Be in touch with the language. If you are beginner, intermediate, advanced in any language that you're learning, if you are at any stage of your learning in Portuguese, do this. Explore. Think about Indiana Jones. What does he do? Exploring. Be in touch with the language. Do things in the language, like watching a movie or listening to a song. And you can also download an app. In my case, I downloaded Drops. I like Drops very much. I'm really enjoying it. Just 5 minutes a day. Attention, no app will make you fluent. And my goal here is not to learn. I am not trying to learn Danish, although I'm using an app. And the goal of this app is to learn Danish. So what am I doing? I am in this app, Drops. Let me open it and I will show you what I do. Apps won't make you fluent. Apps are more like a supplement. And what I'm doing is just trying. For example, this word in Danish means this. Okay. This other word in Danish means this. Okay, it's just information. I'm not trying. I'm not putting effort to remember and to use it correctly or pronouncing it correctly, whatever. No. I go through this. For example, I see here, where is the snake? And today I have this thing, where is the snake, to learn on the left, on the right, up and down. Or in this case, you see, near, perto, and then in Danish, and I need to say if it's correct or wrong. I don't remember. I saw this yesterday, and this exercise here is to say if near, not sure if I'm pronouncing correct, if this means near or not. I don't remember if it actually means near. I don't remember how to pronounce it, and I don't care. It's okay. If I remember the meaning, the pronunciation, etc., okay. If I don't, okay. Either way is just fine for me. I'm not 100% committed at this point. Although I am 100% sure that I want to learn the language until I'm fluent. But right now, I'm not trying. I'm not putting the effort. I'm just doing something. And eventually, I will learn. So let's see. I think it is near, perto, near. Is wrong. It's not near, it's det. This one. Ao redor. Ao redor. Rund. I think it is.
Rund.
It is. Rund. Near. I don't know how to pronounce. And this one is to say, for me to say if it means between or not. I don't think so.
Blend.
Blend is between, so. Up, which so? Up. Up. This is so much English. Up. So, pra cima. I need to do like this.
Up.
Correct. Up. This is not sponsored. And now, bunt. I don't know. I think is bunt is like bottom.
Under.
I don't know. It's okay. I don't know. Let's say it's no. Ona. Under. Yeah. This one I need to match image to the words. And I have Danish and Portuguese because when I put this, I said that my original language is Portuguese. So, para baixo, I think is nu. The word that I said I didn't know. Now I just heard. Nu. Entre. Blend. Okay. Ao redor, like surrounding. Ao redor. Rond. Okay. And I do some more here. I do some more. Para cima, this one I need to write. It's more difficult. I need to remember the spelling. Up. And they give me more exercises, but I think it's simple, very simple exercises. But I think it's enough to understand what I'm doing here. So whatever I'm doing right now is just to try to taste the language. And I'm not trying to remember. The contact that I have with the language is like, when you're watching a movie, a series, or your friend is telling what he or she did last weekend, you're not putting effort in remember it, like in detail, like memories, to memorize it. So this is what I'm doing. This way I avoid pressure and frustration and other negative feelings. In my case, because I know myself, I have this self-awareness, I know what I specifically struggle with, and I know my weaknesses. So in the past, I used to feel very pressured to learn a language, in my case English, and to perform it very well. I felt a huge weight on my shoulders to speak English like a native speaker. And this was very bad for me in terms of my mental health, and I don't want to go through that again. So right now I'm doing this way because this will avoid this pressure. This will be good for my mental health, and I'm doing these things now and then. If I don't learn, if I don't go to this app and do something today, it's okay. I do it tomorrow. Like, no commitment at this point. Just, I really want to stress this. Just be in touch with language. In the end, I'm kind of learning, but my mindset, my attitude is I'm not trying to learn. And when I don't remember a word in these exercises here in this app, it's okay. I don't feel nothing. I don't feel a failure. I don't feel dumb. I don't feel anything negative. And now I have this attitude that I know how things work. I know how learning a language works. So I know it's normal to go through situations where we mumble, we don't know exactly what to say. It's normal to go through awkward situations, people don't understand us. We want to say something and we say something else. For example, the classic example in Portuguese is you want to say bread, pão, but because the nasal sound is difficult, you don't say pão, you say pau, which means stick, but is also used for dick. And I was thinking about this journey that I'm about to start, and I was thinking, if I need to go through some of these situations, I'm willing to. It's okay. It's just fine for me. I rather prefer going through this than never learning the language, or learning the language and not be able to speak and have a conversation. Whatever struggle exists in the language learning process, I'm in peace with it and I'm willing to go through that. Okay? The frustration, what people are going to think, the mistakes, things that I don't understand. I listened to the explanation, but I still don't understand. The mistakes that I keep doing. All of these things that makes me usually feel frustrated and nervous and so many other things. I said to myself, and I really internalize it, and I'm really feeling it now when I go through this app. It is like no pressure. I'm not trying. If I watch, I haven't done it yet. I think just once. But like, let's just watch a short video lesson on YouTube, and let's see how it is, without trying to remember. It's basically just this. Oh, they say that see you soon is this expression. Okay. I pay attention, but I don't try to fix it, to remember, to memorize. I don't try. And my husband, we were at night watching YouTube, and I said, "Oh, let's watch a video about Danish." And he said, "No, because it's late in the evening, and I prefer to watch something more relaxing." Because the idea that most people have is, I'm going to learn, I need to focus, I need energy, and at night, I don't have energy. I want something more relaxing that I don't have to pay too much attention. But my goal is actually to watch that as if we didn't need to remember any of it. Because if you watch a series, a fun video, a cat's video, you don't try to memorize it. You don't think, I need this for later. You don't put effort. So this is what I'm doing now. And this is what I think is going to be my biggest secret and my biggest weapon to set myself up to success and to keep going without putting this pressure. Because this pressure was what stopped me in the past, and it hurt me a lot. So I really advise you, no matter your stage in learning Portuguese, to do this. It's okay, just be in touch with the language. If you remember, oh, nice, you remember. If you don't, it's okay. Tomorrow, it's a new day. As if you don't care. Of course you do, but the attitude is, I'm just fine. Because when you remove this weight, this pressure, you have to learn, you have to remember all of this, this will help your brain, yourself, to actually learn and remember. Because pressure, the tension, the anxiety blocks your learning. So if you feel this pressure, this anxiety, you feel nervous, the result is exactly the opposite of what you want. And if you were in school, you know, and if you felt nervous in exam or test, you probably went through this during the exam. There's a question and you forget that topic. Oh, but I studied it. I should remember. And once you leave the room, the classroom, suddenly you remember. Why? Because you were not under pressure anymore once you leave the room, and because you weren't under pressure anymore, then you remember. So I think this is an example that all of us can relate. And what I'm going to do, in terms of Danish, this is what I'm doing right now, and I've been doing for some time. Once the right moment comes, I will actually prepare a plan, a weekly plan, daily plan, monthly plan, like with all the things, thinking about all the strategy, all the techniques, all the best resources, all the things to learn the best way possible and really commit and start classes, all of it. But for now, it's going to be like this. And I'm going to be documenting my process. I'll be documenting my process and what I'm going to do in a way that you can steal the artist, like the book. You can steal my plan, steal what I'm doing, and apply this to your Portuguese journey. Because learning a language and to learn how to learn a language, it's common for all the language, because we will face same challenges, like the fear of making mistakes, learning words and forgetting them, different grammar, and how to understand the grammar. All of this we go through. So I will be documenting it and sharing it with you in a way that, of course, sharing with you what I think is going to be very useful for you in your Portuguese journey. And of course, if you have any questions or any suggestions about what you would like to hear from me about this journey, about starting a language from scratch, setting yourself up to success, you can send your comments here in the description below. Okay? Are you with me? Are you starting Portuguese from scratch? I'm starting Danish and Portuguese, and I'm starting Danish from scratch. So let's do this together. So subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing everything that I'm doing to learn language Danish the best way possible, so you can copy and also achieve your language goals in Portuguese. All right, I will put here a video suggestion for you to keep on your Portuguese journey, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao!